Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Free It Friday. And once again, we have some Lowriders to crack open for you. One newer one from Greenlight, and a couple of hard-to-find ones from Revell from probably 20 or 25 years ago, something like that. So the Revells I have not opened yet. They're collector issue number 62 and number 63. See, 62 and 63, both 64 Impalas, and we're going to crack them open together to look at them. The cards are not in that great of shape, but I don't really care so much because I open them anyways. I'm just hoping the other one, there's a little bit of blister damage, and I'm hoping that it did not affect the car too much. So, I'm going to get this open here and take a look at him. The old plastic coming loose. And I always inspect the passenger side when I open them to see if the there's a little runoff on the gold there on the stripe, but just to see if the paint was harmed by any of the plastic, like touching it for so long. But it looks like this one's good. When I first seen pictures of the car, I thought these were paint chips on it, but it's actually a rose with some leaves kind of tampo, and it's on that side too. Kind of hard to make it out. It's not such a good tampo, in my opinion. And as I said, there's a little bit of gold runoff there, which isn't that big of a deal. This car is pretty sweet. It has all the gold trim on it. White interior. Some more roses on the hood. I guess this was their thing for Gypsy Rose, their tribute or something. Pretty cool car. It's one that's getting hard to find, really hard to find. It was also available in their tattoo series. You could get it with a tattoo, and I think the tattoo is probably a rose, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the car overall, though, is pretty cool. So that is number 62. Now, number 63, here he is, and that's what I was talking about with the package damage. There's a dent in the blister that jacked up the front end a little bit, even it's sitting crooked. But from the factory, they have the front end dropped, and the back end, the front end's dropped down, meaning the front end's raised up. I should say the suspension's dropped down, the front end's raised up. But, anyways, yeah, it shouldn't have harmed anything. We'll find out here in 1 second. So yeah, let's go ahead and take him off the car and take a look at it. This is another one that was hard to find. This is another one that was packaged like exclusively with another Lowrider type series. The one that came with the figurines. This is also available in that set too. Actually, there was a couple 64s. Another one that I'm hunting. It was available. Yeah, since it has been so many years, it actually has made it where the plastic is bowed. That's a shame, huh? Well, definitely the car is going to be set up for three-wheel motion easily. That's for sure. Yeah, the other side, let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much, but it'd have been nice if it would have been, unharmed. It's kind of weird, though, that it was done that way because of time. The car was released in 2002, so you figure 24 years, depending when that was bent like that. It could have been from day one. It could have been damaged in the factory, and it may have been set up like that for 24 years, and, well, It's permanently set like that. Even one of the tire is a little bit, yeah, it was pushed off the rim. I pulled it back up on there. Because these tires on these cars, if you've ever noticed, are kind of like covers. You have your wheel and white wall are one piece. The white wall is actually chrome underneath, I believe, and they just paint the white wall on it, and then they made a tire that's like a cover, and they put it over the rear, I guess I'll just call it a nipple like I always do, where the axle goes into. It slides right over that, and as you can see, the whole back side of the wheel is covered with rubber, and there's really no tread on these tires. And then you have a small, very small side wall, but I know the white wall is supposed to represent a little bit of the tire too, but it's actually part of the rim. So yeah, the Revell stuff is pretty basic. I mean, there wasn't a lot of thought going into it. It just was done nicely. I don't know how else to say it. It was done on a budget, but it was done very nicely. So the wheels and tires, they're nothing special, but they are pretty cool. They look really nice. I prefer the Revell style wire spokes more than any other manufacturer that's done them. Like Auto World probably would be second place, but the things that Greenlight and like Fineworks do, I do not like them. The newer stuff from Hot Wheels, like the stuff on the Impalas and the 75 Monties, those are okay. They're tolerable. But yeah, a lot of them are not. You have to basically swap them out for some kind of 3D printed stuff. And here we'll look at one now. This is a Greenlight 63 Impala, and they kind of packaged it to make it look like it's hopping, which is, yeah, kind of cool. But anyways, the wheels, that's what kills their cars. But it's easy to wheel swap one. These are very nicely done Impalas. The detail, the scaling, everything's perfect. Greenlight did an exceptionally nice job on these cars, to the point where Fineworks copied them. Almost every detail except the part that Fineworks has adjustable suspension, and they stole that design from Hot Wheels, I guess. But yeah, the chassis are the exact same size, the exact same dimensions, everything from Fineworks to Greenlight, and that's what's going to happen with this guy here. You can see it's a Miho exclusive, Lowriders, no write-up on it. I guess it's not a tribute to anything special like Gypsy Rose or something, but it does look like one of those, I don't know, late 60s or 70s style paint jobs. So this car would probably look good with Supremes on it, almost like Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose is running Kragers, but this one would look really good with a set of Supremes on it. I ordered a set of chrome spokes with the dome cap for it, but yeah, it would look probably really good with the Supremes after getting it out of the package and looking at it. This is an old school, like 70s style paint job. So pretty cool. Yeah, I ordered two of the Fineworks green 64 Chevys. That way I have one to chassis swap with this, and the interior on that one is perfect for this car because you have to use the interior from the Fineworks car to work with the chassis. So yeah, really cool. Little 63 Chevy that will look good on a Fineworks base. So guys, that's it for Free Friday. I know we really didn't have a lot to take a look at, but our Mopar Mondays are filling up. I have a ton of Greenlight Mopars that I've acquired over the past 3 weeks or so. and we're going to be taking a look at some of them. And we also have some M2 Mopars. I don't know which ones we're going to do on Monday. We'll probably do 4 or 5 different cars, though, for our Mopar Monday unboxing. So be sure to tune in for that. And if we find anything at Walmart over the weekend, we may take a look at it, too. I did come across some of the XL Hot Wheels. I don't want to quite open them, but maybe we'll take a detailed look at them over the weekend. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy your weekend.